Hey, what's up? It's Doug Cunnington here. I'm the founder of Niche Site Project, and this is a behind the scenes video. In fact, it's a very meta video because I brainstormed a bunch of different YouTube videos that I'm going to be shooting soon. So you'll see stuff here. And this is actually just a legal notepad. This is where I do some scratch work, and I obviously work on a computer quite a lot, but if I'm just trying to get some ideas out and I don't want to be distracted, it's really awesome to, just go back to basics. I just have a pen and I have paper, and then I write out a bunch of stuff that I'm thinking. This is actually the second draft of what I was working on here, and I'll go through it a little bit. But this is, a more organized draft of what I have in mind. And I'm actually, now this is much more organized. I'm probably going to move it over to, one of my notebooks that is a little more permanent because I'm going to be working through it. In fact, I may actually just move this over to like a Trello board so that I could track what's done or not done. And, I said this is a very meta video. This is like a list of videos that I'm going to shoot. And one of those videos is this one, which I'm talking about shooting videos. So it's very circular and recursive, but this is sort of how this got started. So I am in a mastermind group, and we decided to sort of challenge ourselves and give ourselves stretch goals. So mine is around YouTube. I've been doing a lot more YouTube videos and just generally doing more content related to, webinars and video in general. So I want to do more of it. It's going well, so I want to do more of it. And I've talked about it for a while, but now that I've actually got some traction and, for about 12 weeks straight, I was doing webinars. Those went well. And, even after I do the webinar, people watch them on YouTube, which is awesome. So here, I'll go through some of the stuff that I'm planning on doing. So first off, we have just product demos. So I actually don't do too many product demos, but people ask about that stuff all the time. The plus side is there's actually, typically an affiliate program. So, I would have the opportunity to make those, worthwhile in that they can generate some income. So some of the tools that I have listed that I'm planning on doing a quick demo for, SEMrush, Ahrefs, two Hoth products. One is the blogger package, which is around content, and one is their guest posting package, and then vidIQ, which is actually an app that I started using after I got into YouTube a little bit more. There are some behind the scenes videos. So this one is the one we're shooting now. Funny thing, I actually shot this before, but the audio was too quiet. I didn't test it, so I have to shoot it again. And one of the other behind the scenes videos is I'm actually going to show you what basic tools I use to shoot these videos. But, over time I've sort of developed, a set of tools and, just different things that help me create these videos. Moving on, another really popular thing is the affiliate site teardown. So these are, sample sites that I go through and critique. People really like those. Several people mentioned it, so I'm going to do more of those. I've done these 4 already, which should be published in the near future, depending on when you watch this. Next is around, repurposing existing content, which is interesting. So I have some posts on my blog, Niche Site Project, and it makes sense to basically put that content in a different format, and YouTube is one of them. So in a lot of cases, these are like super long posts, but what could be better is if I, summarize them and shoot a video about them. So, I can't just talk through the post and not really having, a native format for YouTube. So I'm going to go and think about it and sort of turn it into the right kind of content where hopefully it'll get traction on YouTube. Next is just new ideas in general. So these are other ideas that I thought are, great for working on YouTube. One, well, I won't go into too many of them, but from the niche site angle, people are always looking for free images to use, learning how to hire people. So I could actually just shoot a video and show you how I hire people and that sort of thing. I can talk about a job interview and getting promoted in a corporate job. Actually, that's a pretty interesting concept here. So lastly, there's another section of content that I'm probably going to publish, and that is around Project Go White Hats. So that is a series, a case study where I was trying to sell a site for $500,000. So that's ongoing at this point, but it's tens of thousands of words, basically lots of content. So I should be able to transfer that over to YouTube and hopefully make it an interesting thing to cover. One thing I will point out, and actually I would be interested to get your feedback, you'll notice the asterisks here, the pink asterisks, and it could be a podcast episode. So I'm thinking about starting a podcast, and I'd be interested to hear if you would listen to it. So leave me a comment below and let me know if you would be interested in a podcast. I have always had an interest. I got into internet marketing through a podcast called Smart Passive Income, which hundreds and thousands of other people got into internet marketing through the same podcast. And I love the audio format. I really enjoy sharing my story and helping people out. A podcast is probably a great way to do it. And, to bring it back to this particular thing, some of these topics do lend themselves to a podcast. So, as I look at it, I'm thinking, hey, I got a decent amount of content that I could move over to a podcast format. So anyway, I'm rambling on at this point, but let me know if you'd be interested in a podcast, and let me know what you think about these behind the scenes videos. Really kind of makes me think about what I'm doing and why. So it's interesting and introspective for me, but I hope it's helpful for you too. So please let me know. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would ask you to consider subscribing. Really appreciate the support, and see you around the blog.